Moving back home was the best decision I ever made in my life, and I actually thought I would never share this until I was wealthy, but I'm here to tell you. If you're struggling with your rent right now and you're trying to appease the masses, delete all your social media and move home because you will thank yourself later. Forget the world, forget how people think about you, forget what everyone is deciding about you. The economy is meant to like literally make you poor. They're expecting you to pay rent without raising the amount of money that you're making. If you don't have your own business, there's no way you can survive in this economy. It's impossible. I just tried for the last 4 years. Spent over. I spent a lot of money on rent. I'm not gonna mention numbers to protect myself, but um, just know that I spent a lot of money on rent and apartments. I don't own anything after all that money spent, and still, guess what? In the backyard of my mom's house because why? Because I'm smart. I could have kept trying to keep up with the Joneses and get my palms itching just thinking about it. I'm telling you, I could have kept thinking about keeping up with the Joneses. But why would I try to keep up with them when I can pass them later? You know, that's the thing that you have to think about. Why would you want to keep up with someone when you can pass them later? Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. And just keep charging up. Tie your shoes. Let them go with their shoes untied. Let them keep laughing. Let them get the candy. Let them get the liquor store. Let them drink on the way. Let them smoke. Let them chill. Do your own thing. Stay in your own lane. One of the biggest lessons I've ever learned in my life was to stay in your own lane. And then when I become a millionaire, people ask me, what's the number one lesson that you can learn? Stay in my own lane. Staying in your own lane will make you wealthy, and it'll also protect you. And it will protect your blessings as well, because people are envious and they do not want the best for you. They don't. They don't. People say they want to see you doing good, but in honesty, they just don't want to see you doing better than them. They just want to see you just doing good enough. But once you pass them, they're hating because they're not like you and you give them a reflection of what they could be. Moving back home gave me the opportunity to do the thing that they don't want us to do. Think. Thoughts are things, very powerful things. Napoleon Hill said this. Go read the condensed version of Earl Nightingale, My Think and Grow Rich. I'll leave a suggestion video right now. And if you go watch it, I promise you it'll be worth it. Thoughts are things, they're very powerful things. What does that mean? There's something called auto suggestion, conscious auto suggestion. If you make a suggestion by yourself to yourself saying, I will be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a billionaire, then I'll be a trillionaire, and eventually I'll be a quadrillionaire. Like, and you just keep saying these thoughts over and over to yourself. What do you think will happen? You will start to believe them. And whatever the mind can conceive, the mind can believe, that means it can achieve. So you just have to have these thoughts over and over and over to the point where like it just starts to stack. Like you just compound these beliefs. You have to have this thing that I created. It's something called build motivation. You have to have build motivation. You have to build it. Motivation isn't created by just like waking up and being like, whoa, motivated. Like, no, you're just like, I gotta do this thing. And you run and you're like, yeah, I'm running. Okay, I'm running. Okay. And then you get back and you're like, I gotta lift. I'm lifting. Let's go. I'm lifting, you know? Then I gotta work on my business. I'm tired, but I still gotta do it. I just did all this work on my body, so my mental work should be easier. You start typing away, you get your first sale. Let's go. Close my first deal. I got 999 more to go. And then I'll be a millionaire because I'm gonna sell 1,000 times 1,000. And if I do that, I'll make my first million. And just like that, you just set a path and you set a goal and you just keep going. But I can't do that if I'm paying $2,000, $3,000 a month in rent. You can't do that if you're doing DoorDash on the side of your business because you're struggling to survive. You can't. I got fortunate enough where my parents don't even make me pay rent here. Thankful enough. My stepdad be on me, and I'm only saying stepdad for context because he's my pops. Like this man is my pops, but I say stepdad for context so you don't know. My parents are not together, but he's real. He'll tell me like, "Babe, what you doing?" Like, I'll be chilling. Like, bro, I'm not chilling. I'm in the room and all my stuff is on the computer. So of course it looks like I'm chilling, but I'm working all day, every day. So you just have to always show them that you're doing something, actually have a goal that you're achieving, and pretend like you're paying rent. On my goal board, I have rent due for $1,000 because I'm gonna pretend like I'm paying rent so I can save rent. And if you're not doing that, obviously it's gonna be way harder for you to stack this money because how can you think about it? Like you're not you're only gonna work as hard as you have to. So if you're comfortable, you're gonna be doing what comfortable allows you to do. So if you don't gotta pay no bills, you're gonna be doing what not paying bills do. You're not gonna even have a job if you don't got to. My stepdad's like, nah, you gotta be doing something. You ain't finna be 25, 35 making videos. I'm only 22, but you know. And my birthday's in 2 days, so if you're a real one, subscribe and like and say happy birthday. That would be real. That would be a great birthday present. Um, but I honestly, am just making this video for my old self, because if I was to see this, I watch videos like this, just realism, you know, just realism, and somebody telling me like, yeah, do this thing to avoid this thing, and I'm telling you, I would have saved over 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000, because not only would I have not spent it on rent, I would have gotten to invest it. A lot of times when you're a minority or you're just on the opposite side of the government, you're on defense. You never get to throw any hooks. You never get to do any combos. You never get to slip anything, because you just always just hands up. You can't even think to slip. Okay, roll. Okay, come back left. Okay, he finna throw a punch. I'm a duck. Hit him in his kidney. Okay, I'm gonna slide this way. Kidney top. Okay, like you can't do none of that, because your brain is just like, oh my god, I have to pay this. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. Bro, of course you can't think. I was just the same. I finally today, when I set up my stocks and I did my auto investment for me and my mom, putting her on stocks. Boom, I get an alert. Solana bust. I'm like, ooh, motion. Just because I make smart investments. And I don't even have anything in Solana, but just seeing that the stocks is going up is just a great sign to me. I just like seeing positivity. That's the difference. Like, some people be like, oh my gosh, I should have been in Solana. I'm not too late for anything. I'm running my own race. The stocks that I invested in will blow up when it's their time. It just shows me I go do more research. Watch this. And if you're like me, you would go look at this as I'm saying it. If you go check Solana, Solana is going to be sitting at around in between 250 to around $300, and this is around 2025. That I'm speaking this in January 18th. So it's around $200, $250 to $200, $300. 4 years ago in 2020, it was around $3. Well, I have a coin. I'm gonna say it, XRP. It's around $3 right now. What happens in 4 years if this is $250? Well, I just made over hundreds of thousands of dollars if I put the right money in it. If I put thousands or my own hundreds of thousands of dollars, because I get that much money, of course, one day, and it just compounds, because the bank isn't going to give you hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. They're going to take it. They're not going to give it. They'll give you 0.1 penny in dividends after flipping your money, and then they'll charge you to get a loan from money they already been storing from you and your families. And then they print the same thing that they make you go work for and then tax you for it again. If that's not motivation enough for you to move home and stop thinking that you're like you're gonna lose or somebody's gonna watch you, bro, nobody cares. Like, nobody even knows where you're sleeping. Don't tell them. I don't have enough friends to even tell that to. And the people who I have told, they either at their mom doing the same thing, or they don't care because they understand. And they said, ooh, this was the smartest move that you could have made. The people who are actually doing good, they said, wow, that was the smartest move you could have made. I'm proud of you. But if you tell a hater that, you're like, bro, you back at your mom's? Oh, I could never. But they struggling to pay rent. They paying that Hellcat note, but they don't even got no Hellcat money. They hate going to the gas station because they only could put 20 in it, messing up their car. You feel me? But I got a paid off car. No rent. Who's richer? So it's like, you have to position yourself for the best. Like, and I understand that in a year, I'm going to thank myself for putting my pride aside. I wouldn't have been able to build this business without going home. And I wouldn't have been able to build this business without being able to think. And if you want to be able to break out the 9 to 5, if you want to be able to retire your family, you're going to have to think. So go home, stop paying bills, stop being scammed, or at least move in with friends. Like, make the rent cheaper for yourself, downgrade some stuff, turn in that car. You need a meat possess. If you don't know what that is, I mean, you go take the car back. They don't get it from you. You take it back. Say, I need something. I need cheaper. I need my money back. Do something, or make more money, and actually turn that crunch. Like, my family just got kidnapped, and I don't get them back until I make $1 million. And of course, when you make 10K per month, if you only add 1,000, 2,000 a month, you 5x your life. Of course, then you can get that car paid for easily now, you know. But it honestly just starts with being able to think. And if you can't do that, you can't even read a book. If you can't read a book a month, it's because you can't think. If your car is dirty, your room is dirty, That means your life is probably dirty too, meaning messy, because it's all a reflection of your life. Go watch the movie Limitless. When he broke out of, like, when he took that pill, the first thing he did was clean his room because it was a reflection of his life. Just remember, it's a choice to be wealthy.